Good morning, everyone, advocates, campaign partners, and members of the press. Welcome. My name is Basma Alawi, and I am the National Director for We Are All America, a refugee organizing and advocacy campaign housed at the National Partnership for New Americans. I am so excited to kick off as the MC of today's press conference to launch the national Naturalize NOW 2023 campaign. This campaign is of significant importance to me because I am one of the millions of refugees and immigrants who have naturalized in recent years and form part of the new American voting bloc. In the last couple of years, we have seen how new Americans are making strides. In 2022, the largest number of immigrants and refugees since 2008 became citizens. At the same time, our communities face a harsh contrast at the border. Just yesterday, the Biden administration released a proposed regulation to restrict the right to seek asylum for those who traveled through a third country. We cannot and will not accept policies that would make thousands of people vulnerable to unsafe living conditions at the border. As a former refugee and as a naturalized citizen and a new American voter, this is personal. When I left Baghdad, I left so much more than my home. I lost the flavors of my childhood and the only life I had ever known. But after a number of our close friends were killed and my husband received death threats because of his work for an American company, we know we had to flee. The refugee journey doesn't end when we arrive on the American soil. It continues in the lifetime we travel to find sense of physical and spiritual sanctuary. A place in this complex nation that we can truly call home, and becoming a US citizen has been pivotal in my search for home. Today's campaign launch is a call to action for the 9.2 million lawful permanent residents across this country who are eligible to naturalize. Join me and naturalize now. Yalla, now, al-an. Today, you will hear from various advocates about the importance of naturalizing now. At this time, I would like to welcome our first speaker, Nicole Milacco, our Executive Director at the National Partnership for New Americans. Nicole?
Thank you so much, Basma, for that powerful introduction and reminding us of the amazing contributions that immigrants and refugees make to this country every day. As Basma stated, I'm Nicole Milacco, Executive Director of the National Partnership, also known as NPNA. Since our inception, naturalization has been a key focus of NPNA, from successfully advocating for fee waivers to advocating to reduce the naturalization application backlog and reaching hundreds of thousands of eligible naturalized immigrants and refugees through our network's free and low-cost naturalization clinics. We believe that increasing access to naturalization is key to advancing immigrant equity and inclusion and their civic participation for the long term. It's crucial that our leaders prioritize racial equity and economic justice in their policies to build a nation where immigrants, refugees, and all people can achieve their full social and economic potential. We are encouraged that last year, USCIS broke a 15-year record with over 1 million naturalizations in 2022, and the agency has reduced the backlog by almost half in less than 2 years. However, this administration has much to do in expanding access to citizenship and pathways for all that wish to become citizens. At NPNA, we remain committed to building inclusive communities, keeping families together, and uplifting experiences and leadership from those most impacted, making sure that our nation is welcoming for refugees and asylum seekers. This cannot, of course, be achieved by reinstating the previous administration's inhumane transit ban, which we mentioned earlier in the call. When we implement immigration policies that prioritize treating people with dignity, compassion, and respect and human rights, we strengthen our multi-ethnic, multiracial democracy where immigrants, refugees, and all people can reach their full potential and contribute to our nation's brightest future. That is why we are committed in this campaign to reach as many aspiring citizens as we can through Naturalize Now, to support individuals through this process and empower them to use their vote as their voice. We remain at the forefront and will be relentless in advocating against the proposed immigration application fee hikes by USCIS. These increases, even if nominal, will make it difficult for low-income and working families to access the benefits of naturalization and more fully participate in our communities. With our campaign, we seek to increase naturalization and promote a representative and inclusive democracy to ensure that all who want to access this process have the tools, information, and access to legal services to do so. And so the time to naturalize is now. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm so excited for us to launch this national campaign and happy that we are able to send this message loud and proud to all those who are eligible to naturalize. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Laura Martin, Executive Director of Plan Nevada, one of our important members who will be doing quite a bit of naturalization work this year. Laura, turning it to you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And I do want to say thank you so much to NPNA for all of the resources and technical support they provide to not just Plan, but also organizations across the country who are part of this campaign and part of helping millions of people naturalize every single year. Like Nicole said, my name is Laura Martin. I'm the Executive Director of the Progressive Leadership Alliance of Nevada. We are a social justice campaign here in Nevada that was founded in 1994 by Nevada activists to build a more fair and just Nevada. And we do that by removing barriers to full participation for all Nevada residents. And one way we do that is through naturalization. Plan has a direct service immigration office in Reno where we help folks in Washoe County and also in many other rural counties who don't have the type of services that our bigger counties have. We've helped thousands of people adjust their status, including citizenship, where we also register them to vote once they go through the ceremony. And we celebrate their first time voting with a very festive mariachi parade that people look forward to every election year. New Americans are not just a constituency. With millions of people being eligible every year to naturalize, they are the margin of victory for statewide and local campaigns here in Nevada. And Nevada is a very important state, having just been switched to a first in the West, second in the nation primary state for the presidential campaigns. So our message with NPNA and Plan is very clear. There are 9.2 million people currently eligible to become U.S. citizens all across this country, and the time is now to naturalize now, and we are here to help you. Reach out to your local immigration organizers or law schools. Find resources that are available to help you apply for free or even cover some of the fees. Naturalization can seem overwhelming and expensive, but there are groups like Plan and NPNA and the folks on this call who will help you naturalize now, because now is the time. And I will turn it back over to Basma.
Thank you so much, Laura, and congratulations for all of the work that's happening in Nevada of Plan. And next, I would like to welcome a dear colleague and strong advocates for Black immigrants and refugees and all newcomers. Our next speaker is Dawuda Sise, Executive Director at the Louisiana Organization for Refugees and Immigrants. Welcome, Dawuda.
Thank you, Basma, for that introductions. And I wanted to thank the NPNA family for hosting this press briefing. And my name is Dawuda Sise, and I'm the Executive Director and founder of the Louisiana Organization for Refugees and Immigrants, an organization that is founded, led by refugees and immigrants. Basically, it's people of impact, people with individual with lived experience. Lohi uplifts refugees and immigrants to attain self-sufficiency through social integration, economic empowerment, and civic engagement. And our plans and commitment to ensure that every eligible immigrant or refugees naturalized now. And that plan, we've seen that we're working towards achieving their goals. This summer, Lori, we launched our CAP program, which is our Citizenship Attainment Program. And currently, we offer free civic classes and free naturalization application. So we help individuals to go through the classes and then as well as through legal representation to get your naturalization. Today, I join all my colleagues, wonderful advocates, to bring awareness to this benefit of Naturalize Now, how we can provide support to individuals in the process and empower them to take the important step to naturalize as it is an essential milestone in their immigration journey. Through the Naturalize Now campaign, the refugees and immigrants and asylum seekers stand together to demonstrate that we are part of this country and we are committed to contributing to the bright future of this. I came in here as a refugee as well 10 years ago, and now I'm a proud citizen of this great nation, and I'm contributing to the social and economic fabric of the state and giving back to the community. And I remember when I naturalized, when I cast my first vote, and I was so proud that I was able to contribute to elect our leaders that will lead us. So together, we all have a responsibility to ensure that everyone can become a citizen, regardless of their financial status. It hurts me, and it hurts most of us to see the big increase that the USCIS has put, especially almost double the one to become an LPR, because that is part of the process of you becoming that US citizens. Because from LPR, your next step is becoming a US citizen. And today, in Louisiana, we have over 50,000 eligible LPR that could become citizen. And Lori, and with our partners, we are committed to make sure those individuals get the pathway to become a naturalized citizen. I want to thank you all for joining us to learn more about the importance of helping refugees and asylees and immigrants naturalize and our commitment to making it a reality. We encourage everyone to become informed about the Naturalize Now campaign and the significance of naturalizing now. And thank you, Asma, and I'll pass it back on to you.
Thank you so much, Dauda, for those inspiring words and for sharing your story and the importance of Naturalize Now. We know labor partners have been instrumental in our advocacy to ensure naturalizations remains accessible and affordable. So please welcome our new speaker, Elsa Capayero, Vice President of SEIU. Elsa?
Thank you. Muchísimas gracias, Dauda. Thank you for having me and inviting me. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Mi nombre es Elsa Caballero y soy vicepresidenta internacional del Sindicato Internacional de Empleados de Servicio de SEIU y presidenta del sindicato de SEIU aquí en el estado de Texas. SEIU se complace en unirse a la campaña de Naturalize Now, naturalizándonos ahora, para garantizar que todos, sin importar de dónde vengan, el color de su piel o cuánto dinero ganen, tengan las herramientas para convertirse en ciudadanos estadounidenses, o como dicen aquí, ciudadanos americanos. La ciudadanía viene con muchos beneficios, desde mejores oportunidades educativas, acceso de trabajos mejores, y hasta mejor pagados, la posibilidad de reunirse con sus miembros de la familia, la posibilidad de viajar libremente sin preocuparnos a cuándo tenemos que regresar o a una fecha determinada, y el derecho al voto. No hay duda que la ciudadanía conduce a un camino hacia un futuro mejor. Cuando Khalid Habli, miembro de SEIU Texas, se convirtió en ciudadano naturalizado en el 2019, comenzó a trabajar en el Aeropuerto Internacional George Bush de Houston, donde actualmente es líder del servicio de cabinas. Fue ahí donde Khalid decidió unirse a un sindicato, impulsado por el interés de ser más activo políticamente en su comunidad. Antes de convertirse en un ciudadano estadounidense, Khalid recuerda, había estado viviendo en Texas durante años, trabajando y pagando impuestos, haciendo todo lo que hacen los ciudadanos sin ninguno de los beneficios. Ahora que se naturalizó, Khalid dice que quiere trabajar para elegir candidatos que apoyen a los sindicatos y a las familias trabajadoras como las de él. Al igual que Khalid, nuestros trabajadores de servicio y cuidados son trabajadores esenciales y necesitan también tener una voz. De hecho, 1 de cada 5 trabajadores esenciales en Estados Unidos son inmigrantes, incluyendo a muchos de ellos son miembros de SEIU. Son de todas las razas, de todos los estados, que mantienen a Estados Unidos alimentado, limpio, seguro y saludable. Son médicos, enfermeras, cuidadores de niños, trabajadores de atención a domicilio. Son esenciales para Estados Unidos. Es por eso que SEIU está tan orgulloso de ser parte de este esfuerzo para empoderar a millones de personas que aspiran a ser estadounidenses y que son elegibles para naturalizarse y comenzar el proceso ahora mismo. SEIU está profundamente comprometido a garantizar que todos los que contribuyen a nuestra comunidad y a nuestra economía y que han estado en la primera línea tengan acceso a convertirse parte de un sindicato, ser parte de nuestros sindicatos, pero más importante, de tener acceso a su ciudadanía. Un paso clave para expandir nuestra democracia es asegurar que ayudar a muchos de nuestros miembros y a sus familias a solicitar la ciudadanía y convertirse en ciudadanos de Estados Unidos. Nuestro trabajo ya ha comenzado. Estamos haciendo correr la voz sobre los beneficios de la ciudadanía y organizando clínicas virtuales de ciudadanía con nuestros afiliados de SEIU. Nuestros miembros están ansiosos por convertirse en nuevos estadounidenses, están ansiosos por naturalizarse para poder votar por un Estados Unidos de América que sea inclusivo y más acogedor. Saben que el voto sigue siendo una parte esencial de nuestro plan para avance de nuestra nación al expandir el poder para todos los trabajadores y ganar temas de importancia para nuestras familias, donde la protección contra la deportación, la lucha contra las políticas basadas en el racismo, aumentar el salario, abordar la violencia armada en nuestros países y mucho más. Así que ya escucharon, llegó el momento de convertirnos en ciudadanos americanos. Tomen ese paso hacia la ciudadanía ahora. Como inmigrante y también ciudadana naturalizada aquí en Estados Unidos, estoy realmente orgullosa de este trabajo que se está haciendo ahora y espero poder continuar haciéndolo en los años que vienen. Muchísimas gracias a todo este grupo, muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes por el trabajo que se hacen y estamos listos para hacernos ciudadanos americanos todos ahora. Gracias.
Thank you so much, Elsa, and for all of the work and your leadership to uplift refugees and immigrants and all workers represented by SEIU. Next, I would like to introduce Raymond Portland, National Field Director with APIA Vote. Raymond.
Maraming salamat, Basma. Good morning. My name is Raymond Partolin, and I'm the National Field Director at APIA Vote. Thank you to NPNA and the other folks on this call for inviting me to join today's discussion. And thank you to everyone in the room for joining us this morning. APIA Vote is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that works to mobilize Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in electoral and civic participation. Since our founding in 1996, APIA Vote has worked tirelessly to promote civic engagement among the API community and to empower APIs, that is Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, to advocate for their interests and rights. We aim to empower APIs, especially in the political and policy discourse, where they have been historically underrepresented. This campaign is important to me as a Filipino American who spent the majority of my life as an undocumented person. To date, I'm still not eligible for naturalization myself, so I see it as a personal duty to ensure that as many people around me take the opportunity to become a United States citizen. In the past 2 decades, Asian Americans have become one of the fastest growing major racial groups in the United States. Between 2010 and 2020, according to the decennial census administered by the US Census Bureau, the Asian American population in the United States grew by 55.5%. And according to the Pew Research Center, the population is projected to pass 35 million by 2060. And a significant percentage of this growth is the result of naturalized Asian American citizens who, according to the 2021 one-year estimates of the American Community Survey, make up about 39.4% of the Asian American population, which is up from 38.2% in 2011. Today, the Asian American electorate is a formidable community with the power to shape and influence elections throughout the country, from Arizona to Georgia to California. Last year's midterm elections showed significant growth in voter turnout compared to 2018, which is the last time that we had a midterm election. And even more notably, the 2020 presidential election saw historic voter turnout, with Asian voters experiencing the highest growth of any racial group, a 47% increase. This is based on APIA Vote's analysis of voter file data. In fact, 23% of Asian voters in 2020 were voting for the first time. And in many key elections, Asian Americans have become the margin of victory, and this trend will continue to grow going forward. Last year, almost 1.1 million new Asian Americans registered to vote. The growing impact of Asian American voters did not happen overnight. Decades of population growth, coordinated organizing, and strategic investments to encourage Asian Americans to register and vote at the same levels as other communities all brought us to the history that we are collectively making today. A significant part of our work also includes advocacy for the immigrants and refugees in our nation, whose vital contributions have made our country and communities, economy, and society vibrant and strong. We cannot overlook the importance of naturalization for Asian immigrants to expand our community's political participation and influence. Through naturalization, Asian immigrants gain the right to vote and access better job opportunities, adjust status for eligible family members, and become more empowered advocates for their communities. And it is crucial that we support them on their naturalization journey. So naturalize now and vote. The time is now to naturalize now. Naturalize so that people like me who can't vote can be seen and heard too. API Vote is proud to be a national partner and member of NPNA, and we look forward to rolling up our sleeves and supporting the Naturalize Now campaign. I encourage everyone who is tuning in to Naturalize Now. Mag-naturalize na kayo ngayon para maging citizen na dito sa US. Taka pwede na magpagboto. As you can see, we have an incredibly diverse group of presenters here today. Join us and let us work together to increase naturalization so that we can fully participate in our democracy and help shape our future.